McPherson is suing travel group leader Maria Palmer in the amount of $1,435. Mr. McPherson claims Ms. Palmer didn't give him an accurate itinerary with specific times, and that caused him and his newlywed wife to miss their flight. Ms. Palmer claims she doesn't owe the plaintiff anything because it was the plaintiff's fault that they missed their flight.
All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Shane. You may be seated. Mr. and Mrs. McPherson, you're suing Ms. Palmer. I've read your pleadings for $1,435 having to do with a canceled honeymoon trip. Is that right?
That is correct.
So how long have y'all been married?
A month.
Okay, you've been married about a month. Okay, well, you were lucky to get in court so fast. Lucky you. And so you're a travel agent?
I am, yeah. I work with
Okay.
an international travel group. We deal with
Okay.
this kind of thing.
Okay, so what was the plan?
Well, neither of us had ever been out of the country, so we felt that it'd be a lot easier if we went somewhere with a pre-existing plan, and so we went with Miss Romer.
What was the trip?
The trip was through all of Europe, and then it culminated in Paris. So we went through Germany
Wow.
and
Okay.
Switzerland, and then it ended in Paris, which
So
is...
it was a full tour of
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
How long was the trip supposed to
So
last?
11 days in
11
total.
days. And
Yeah.
what was the total cost of the trip?
It was just over $2,500.
$2,500. And so you're suing for the tickets, $1,435.
Correct.
And the difference was the trip,
Yeah.
the hotel, tours, and everything around Europe? That's really cheap.
Yeah.
Why didn't you take the trip?
Because, well, what had happened was we believe that the defendant provided an unclear itinerary because...
You didn't understand the itinerary?
No, well, what had happened was...
Where's the itinerary? Let me see the itinerary.
I have it here. So the flights is the issue. It says that we were supposed to leave at 6:35. We had originally planned with her that we wanted to leave at nighttime, so we had all day to plan and not be rushing.
Right.
So what happened was we got there, and it was for 6:30 in the morning.
Coming up.
Right.
there's
you know,
no
you're not
confirmation.
So we had missed our flight.
Right. So this is what you got. You sent them what, a whole packet with the itinerary?
I believe I sent them a good 2.5 weeks before, sent them an email.
Right.
I tried to confirm many
Right.
times.
Right.
I couldn't get hold of
So
them.
a couple of weeks before the trip, you sent this itinerary.
Yes. Yeah. That's correct.
And it says that you're going to leave Dallas at 6:35.
Yeah, and she at no time, confirmed with us that that was
But
military
what time is 6:35?
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what we were arguing, is we had told her previously that we wanted to do a nighttime. So of course we're going to think that's 6:35 at night because it doesn't say AM or PM, as you can see.
But time is not also 6:35. That's not how you say 6:35, right?
Correct.
Right. So you got this, and you thought, you just assumed that was nighttime?
Well, none of the other times on the reservation had said anything past 12, so it didn't...
Well, you got 12.45 to come back.
Yeah, well, that could just be 12:45. So...
And it could not.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme...
Have you talked to her to see if she can get you another ticket?
I mean, the thing is, Your Honor, you're right, it is a very cheap trip. And all he did was complain that I couldn't get it any cheaper. He came in talking about trying to get a flight for under 2 flights to Paris for under $1,000. That was never going to happen.
In the middle of the season and
Yeah,
everything.
and the reason I got you such a good deal was because I switched the flight to a later one.
Right.
Sorry, to an earlier one in the
Right.
morning. But there was no... Up until the lead-up, there was no... I never confirmed and said it was an evening flight.
Right.
There's
You know,
no
you're not
confirmation of
babies.
that.
You're not babies. You went through the trouble of getting married, and I guess you're going to start a family and everything. But you can't expect people to spoon feed you.
Well, we
I
thought
mean, you
that's what
had
travel
to take
tips are
some
for.
responsibility. When you're taking a trip, airlines cancel trips. You were supposed to call. Is this flight to Paris still happening tonight?
Your Honor, if
You
we-
know, it was that. Listen, stop making excuses. It's time for you to be an adult. And this was very childish. This was very childish that you guys waited around, didn't call to figure out what time you were supposed to be leaving for your honeymoon. There's no excuse for it. So you lost the money, right? They wouldn't refund you the money?
We were able to get the rest of the money back, but not for
Right,
the
but not
plane
for the
tickets.
ticket.
Correct.
Right. So maybe you need to talk to this lady and see if she can find you another cheap ticket.
Yeah, I mean, there were 20 other people on that flight.
Right.
Again, most of them were American.
Right.
And
You
most
mean-
of those... most of those people did manage to sit on a plane
Right.
and fly with the flight
Right.
that I booked them.
Right.
You know, this
but
isn't-
these folks just
No,
couldn't make it
I
happen.
mean, I've been doing this for years. I've been
Me
doing this
too.
for over
I've been
6
doing it.
years.
I've never
And
heard
you
of
know,
anything like this.
If it doesn't say AM or PM,
Right.
just check.
Okay, so what have you learned from this situation?
Don't go with the travel group. And
What
and-
else did you learn?
And definitely make sure that the time says AM or PM and
Right.
call ahead.
There you go. There you go. You learned something. All right. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim